Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Ever wonder what happens behind closed doors at a company's annual meeting? To date, we're cracking open Duluth Holdings' latest report, and let me tell you, the results are in, and just like your favorite pair of Duluth Flex Ballroom jeans, some of these numbers might stretch your expectations. Before we dive in, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we discuss these topics in detail. So Duluth Holdings just had their annual meeting in May, and shareholders voted on some pretty important stuff. Three main things were up for a vote: electing directors, approving executive pay, and picking their accounting firm. Let's break down how those votes went. First up, the election of directors, which is who sits on the board and guides the company's strategy. Shareholders had to choose 8 people to serve as directors. Now, the numbers show who got the thumbs up. For example, Stephen Schlecht received over 33 million votes for Class A common stock and about 19.5 million votes for Class B common stock. You can see all the directors received a similar amount of votes for Class A and Class B stocks, meaning they all got the go-ahead from shareholders to stay on the board. A significant number of broker non-votes are visible for each class, which could mean that some brokerage firms did not vote on behalf of their clients. Next, there was a vote on executive compensation. This is where shareholders get to give their opinion on how much the top bosses are getting paid. The results show that shareholders largely approved the compensation, with over 33 million votes for Class A common stock and about 20.8 million for Class B common stock in favour. However, about 1.2 million votes for Class B common stock were against the compensation, and some shareholders abstained, meaning they didn't express an opinion. It's just an advisory vote, so it's not binding, but it's a temperature check on how shareholders feel about the executive pay packages. Finally, shareholders voted to ratify, which means approve the selection of KPMG as the company's independent accounting firm for the fiscal year ending in February next year. The vote passed easily with over 33 million votes for Class A common stock and about 27.9 million votes for Class B common stock in favor of keeping KPMG. This is important because it ensures that the company's financial statements are being audited by a reputable firm. That's it for the meeting agenda, and now for some analysis as to so. What does this all mean? Well, the company seems to have a solid backing from its shareholders and has a strong base to move forward with. Now, looking at these results more broadly, it looks like Duluth Holdings is in a pretty stable position. The votes for directors show that shareholders are happy with the current leadership. The advisory vote on executive compensation suggests that the big bosses are doing something right and they have backing from shareholders. This gives Duluth Holdings a firm foundation to work from. One notable point is the number of abstentions when it comes to executive pay. It would be interesting to see why exactly that is. Perhaps there is some shareholder dissatisfaction with current leadership pay. This may be something to keep an eye on going forward. Alright, that's our breakdown of Duluth Holdings' latest filing. What's your take on these votes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.